Bienvenidos a este nuevo vídeo de Devir TV. Seguimos en la feria de Essen y hoy tenemos una entrevista muy especial. Me hace mucha ilusión tener conmigo a Peter Rustameyer. I say it correctly?
Kind of, yes.
A ver, can you tell me how it is?
Rustameyer.
Rustameyer, Peter Rustameyer, el autor de Paleo. Y bueno, pues juego que ha ganado el Spiel des Jahres. You won the Spiel des Jahres. So I'm sure that you will be very happy.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's amazing. That's just my second game, and it just won this crazy big award. And it's a couple of weeks ago, but I'm still very pumped about it.
Did you expect it?
Hoped, not expected. The other two games are also great games that were nominated, and we didn't know like till the last second. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I want to talk with you because the Paleo thing, it's super special for many reasons. Because it is a risk, for example, that Hansing Group took. It's not a company that used to do like cooperative games and thematic games. So I remember when Moritz told us, it was like, okay, I don't know how it's gonna work. You have a lot of faith in this project. We hope everything goes very cool, but it was a blast. So tell me a bit how everything begins.
How I came to the idea, or
yeah,
really
or
just
the idea. Well, when you talk to Hansing Group.
Yeah, I was. The game kind of wrote itself. I had seen a mechanic in another game where you use your cards as time, or you spend cards and time passes through the spending of cards, and you don't know what you discard. And I thought that's very interesting. But the game was quite complicated and big. It's this war of mine.
I know. Oh, yeah.
They used this, but the game was like, and I thought this could be in a game that's more like this. And so I took this and developed around it. I had just out of pure luck, I had little wooden resources from another Stone Age game lying on the table. So I said, okay, Stone Age, why not? And then it took like 2 weeks to write the game Paleo. It was very fast. Everything fell into place very naturally. But yeah, the game was still too long. It was had a lot of problems. It was sometimes too easy, sometimes too hard. It wasn't really balanced, but the systems in place all were working kind of like I wanted them. So I started to show it to publishers quite early, and I told them that this thing is not done.
Okay.
You really have to put work in it, but I think the idea is very promising. And they also thought so. So I had like plenty of publishers who wanted to work on it.
Yeah.
And I also, it was quite a coincidence because Hansing Group never does cooperative games. And so I didn't really want to show them. But the developer from them was my roommate at an event. So of course I showed it to him. And then he said like, yeah, give it to me.
Okay.
And then everything went very quick.
So you were not trying to reach a Hansing Group, but it was like, okay, I have to do it, but they won't release it. That was maybe your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but finally.
Then they said, yeah, we try. It's a cool game. We try. And then we started. I think it took us 2 years to put it in its final shape, the one we released. We had lots of problems that we had to overcome. Lots of ideas that didn't make it in the game, but I think the end, just a nice game.
Yeah, it's a very cool game. A lot of people loves it. So we did a second edition that the rule book was a bit more straightforward. That was very cool because people can play it with less problems.
Yeah.
So the game now it's perfect. You nail it, and the art is also very, very cool.
Yeah.
But I think that you haven't released many games before.
No, yeah, it's my second game, or my second and a half now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I started developing games like 10 years ago, I think, maybe 7, 8 years, I don't know for sure. And your early games usually they are just nothing. They are just not. Nobody is interested in what you do because nobody knows you. You don't know the people, and you don't know what games they look for. So I bought like 5-hour night battles that need a table 4 times 5 meters to conventions, and thought, okay, I show this to Ravensburger, and they were like, no. And so really, my first games were like, they are all in the trash now. But I really liked I liked the people in the industry, and I liked the process of designing games. So I stick with it and started to have more useful ideas for board games. And now some of them made it.
Like in this case, Paleo. Yeah, and now we have an expansion here that's presenting in the fair. Ein neuer Anfang.
Yeah, that's a new beginning.
A new beginning.
Yeah.
Nuevo comienzo in our language when we release it. And I've seen so many things inside, but I would love that you introduce us what is new here in New Beginning.
Shall we just open it?
Yeah, we can open it and see what's inside.
A mess. A mess is
a
inside.
mess. Yeah, the cars.
Okay.
This is Frederick's fault.
Okay. First, there's plenty of new cards in here. Like lots, I think 150. We have new adventures in here for you to fight against or to overcome. We have a new boss battle at the end. I'm not sure if I should spoil what.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's big spoiler?
No, it's like the theme.
The theme is fine.
Yeah, okay. We have
the volcano.
In the end, we have a volcano that you have to beat, and it's slowly destroying the world we live in. So there's plenty of adventure for us. We have set the game a couple thousand years or tens of thousand years after the base game. So your humans have evolved. They now have new cool abilities, which also means like sometimes they start with resources when you get them, or they are more healthy, or like this guy used to have only 5 health, now he has 5 health in the pelt, so they are quite stronger.
They are better.
Which also is an opportunity. If you thought the base game is too hard, you can just play the base game with these guys. They will rock it because they are just tougher and better.
Bring them from the future to the past.
Or if you want to have the game much harder, you play this expansion but with the old humans. And then you try your luck. So that's in there.
It's fun.
We have, because I love these stuffs, we have a little 3D house.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, because the theme of this expansion is that we kind of settle down or try to settle down. For this, we have this board that you add to the game. And this is kind of your farm, or you can, with a new resource, you can plant some wheat. Wheat is the name?
Yeah, wheat.
Yeah, okay. I still this but wheat.
I don't know. Yellow wheat.
You can grow wheat and you can transform it to food then, so that you can eat it. And this will take a bit of time, but it gives you some safety. You don't have to go out in the wilderness. You can try to farm here a bit. And you can also try to hunt some animals. Like, I don't know, if I find one quickly, here's one.
So goat.
Here you can hunt this goat, or maybe we show it in the camera. In the old game, and in the base game, you had this option here on the top. You just hunt the animal and then you eat it. Now you can hunt the animals and put them in your farm. That's the option below here. And then he's sitting here, this goat guy, and you can visit your farm and either eat him now for free, or because he's trapped there, or you can
milk it.
You can milk him and get like one food, but he stays here. And and when you have filled your whole farm, this is really efficient because you get lots of food and stuff. You can also find sheep that give you pelts. So you can get lots of stuff here. But they try to run away, so maybe you want to build some. Where do we have one? It's really a mess in here.
Yeah, it's a big mess.
Yeah, you can build little fences to trap them in here so they don't run away. There's stuff like this happening. The way you do this is kind of easy. If I find that there's a card for it. We have these new cards in the game, and when you reveal one of them, you can interact with this board. You either build new stuff for here, like fences, or what's these sharp things that you cut?
Yeah, the Reaper.
The Reaper's scythe.
The scythe.
Yeah. You can build one of these out of flintstone, that makes it easier to grow and harvest wheat.
So it's a new action.
Yeah,
to take care of.
It's a new type of card, and then on these you find actions. Like this is an action to interact with wheat, and there's other cards that you interact with your animals.
Very cool.
Yeah, and you can just ignore these cards and play the game like it's the old game, but when you reveal them, you get this in here, and it's. I would reveal them.
Yeah, without it's very hard.
Without it, it can be really hard, because that's also something we changed. There's another. That's the fat one. Yeah, this goes on the old night board, and from now on, all your meat will rot in the evening. So whatever, you just clean it all out. Either you eat it or you throw it away. So you can't keep it for the next day, and you really have to plan around. But this stuff here does not rot. So plan accordingly.
There's no fridges yet.
There are no freebies anymore, and there are no freezers. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's kind of what we find in here. Lots of new levels. I think it's 6 new missions.
6 new missions.
Yeah, and plenty of stuff for this agriculture.
6 new missions and the option to take care of your first settlement and your animals and your wheat.
And then we burn it all down in the volcano mission.
Yeah. Well, and also I've heard about that you rescue humans in this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's this expansion.
That's kind of the goal of the volcano mission, is to rescue people so that they don't get burned. You don't play for victory points, you play to save 20 people.
Yeah. And these people, it later is from your tribe, or no? They're simply
because we have 2 decks of humans now, one from the base game, one from here. So you save the people from the base game.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. But they are tired and they cannot help.
They are a bit older now, a couple thousand years later, so they need help.
Maybe a bit old.
A bit old, yeah.
Yeah.
But also we had a lot of fun in this expansion. We fooled around a bit. You will find lots of cards in here that are quite funny, I think.
For example?
This I will not find them now, but
I don't know. Maybe
we can try.
We can try.
If you find a frog.
A frog?
Yeah.
Fish. We are searching.
No frog in here.
No frog. Here are humans. Tiger.
Yes, here's a frog. In one of the missions, you will go to the dream world. We are always we had a bit of magic in our game, so you need to enter the dream world, and there are plenty of ways in these missions to get there. And in the dream world, you will have lots of dream cards, but not all of them are safe anymore. But you have to somehow get the dream cards into your deck and find spirits in there. And one way to enter the dream world is to lick this this frog.
I can try.
And you can try. And you can also, because we thought it's just funny, you can also try to trap the frog and put him in your farm. And then if you build, he cannot run away. And whenever you go to the farm, you can also lick the frog. That's just little jokes we put in there.
You can milk it as well?
Yeah, you can milk it for dreams.
That's cool.
So your tribe will be very high.
Yeah. Crazy things that happen in Paleo. Okay. Yeah. I love it. Very cool, Peter. Looks really, really cool expansion. We've seen 2 mini expansions before, or this one, the A veces el terror.
Yeah.
The mini deck, and I think there's another one coming.
There's a second one. It's published already.
Well, not in our country.
Yeah, not in your country, in Germany. It's an easy mission because some people were complaining that when they show to new people the game, they always have to play the first mission. So
yeah,
we
and that
gave
happens to me all the time. I
Yeah,
played the first one a lot.
So we added another mission, or that's also quite easy. We made it modular. You can make it harder if you want it more hard. But that's the initiation rite. So you prepare children to become grown-ups.
Very cool.
One of them wants to become a hunter. So you train him how to hunt, and he has to do some kind of trial to become a full-grown hunter.
Oh,
Yes, that's the theme of this
kind of
little
right.
mini expansion. Yeah.
Very cool. And I have to ask you, Peter, there's more things coming of Paleo?
I don't think they will let me get away. Yeah.
Okay.
We will definitely publish more Paleo content.
Well, that's very good news. So you are full of ideas.
Yeah.
Maybe
We still have lots of stuff in the Stone Age we did not cover. Plenty of regions of the world, or problems to overcome, and things to invent. So yeah.
awesome. Sounds great. As well, you, Peter, I think you are archaeologist.
Yeah.
So this helped you to do this game in any way?
Yes. Yeah. Sure. It's still fantasy what we do here. It's more Flintstones than real world. We have no dinosaurs in here, but we take lots of liberties in the base game and in the expansion. But my job certainly helps me to find fitting thematical ideas and put them in here. So it's not completely random. Most of the stuff that's in here, in some way or another, existed at these times.
And there's one thing that you really would like to introduce in your game at some point?
It's pottery.
What?
Pottery.
Pottery.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one thing we find the most of. Like, it's actually quite rare to find stone tools. But we find plenty of pottery because it used to break. And then they throw the pieces into some holes in the ground, and it just stays in there because you can do nothing with it anymore. So we find lots of it because it just make a new pot, it breaks again, throw it away. But we don't have any in-game use yet for it, so there's no pottery in here. But as an archaeologist, I would expect when I find a house like this, they were a bit longer, but if I find one like this, I would find hundreds of pieces of pottery. And yeah, that's one thing I would like to add at a later point.
So we hope we would see some pottery in new expansions and Paleo stuff. Peter, has been a pleasure to have this little chat with you, to see this expansion. Can't wait to play it. And thank you for coming here. Enjoy the fair.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Adiós.
Bye-bye.